Okay. Hello, Doris. Hello, Evelyn. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Good
Very
evening.
good. And you? How are you?
Hello,
Nice.
good evening.
I'm happy today. Happy to have a new class with you. And well, of course, we are ready to practice. We are ready for our class for today. So how was your day? How was your day, Evelyn?
I was working my report again.
Okay, so you continue working on your report. Okay, I'm really sorry because
Yes.
of that, okay? But thank you for coming to the class, even though maybe it's kind of stressing, well, kind of stressful, but thank you for being in our class. What about you, Doris? How was your day?
My day was a little busy, teacher, but I think it was okay.
Okay, good. Thank you for coming to our class and for it's good to know that your day was fine today. Okay, let's start. I don't know if your classmates are coming to the class. I don't know if they remember that we have classes today. But everybody, give me a second. Okay, I don't know if they remember that we have classes today, but if they remember or not, we have to start. Okay, so thank you for coming to our class, for coming on time. Let's check today's activities or today's class. What is the topic for today, everybody? Today we are talking about, give me a second, let me share my screen. Okay, today, everybody, we are talking about expressions of quantity. So remember, everybody, in this opportunity, we will learn about this, okay? This is the first topic of Unit 2. So everybody, let's pay attention and practice, okay? To start with our class, let's talk about advantages of living in the city. So what do you think are good things of living in the city? First of all, let me ask you guys, do you live in the city or in the countryside? What about you, Doris? Do you live in the city or the countryside?
I live in the city, teacher, because I live near to the hospital, the road, the bypass, the name, I think, and
Mhm.
the park, and the
Okay,
market too.
okay, that's nice. So what are some, well, you told me some advantages. Do you have more advantages about living in the city? What do you think?
Well, I think that mm, maybe yes, because everything is near to me. For example, the hospital, for some emergency, the park, if I want to go there, and the market. I think that this is an advantage for me for something that I have to do or to have.
Okay, yeah, actually those are great things that, um, great things of living in the city. So most of the things are really near your house. So places are always near. Okay. So thank you for sharing, Doris. What do you think? Well, first of all, Evelyn, do you live in the city or in the countryside?
Well, I live in Soyapango City.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And l- well, like there is say, it's near uh, a lot of places, the hospital, s- uh, a lot of schools, uh, many churches, and different malls, and restaurants, eh, the supermarket, and the market too. I live very near of the market. Eh, there is a police station too near my house, but there are disadvantages too because it's difficult to go out in the morning or come back to the afternoon, and ah, we have to be patient.
Yeah, okay, you are right with that point, okay. Well, right now we are talking about advantages. Maybe the biggest advantage that we have here in the city is that most of the places are near our houses or our neighbor. As you mentioned, so we have malls in the city, we have malls, hospitals, markets or supermarkets. So we have different places really close to our living places. But sadly, there are also disadvantages. In the city, we have different problems, we could say, because of pollution, because of traffic, because of, I don't know, guys, maybe security. I don't know if you feel secure or not in the city, but this is a problem that in different places we will face, okay? So that's why we start talking about this topic, okay? To talk about advantages of good things about the city. Because in this opportunity, guys, even though we focus on the good things, we will also talk about bad things of living in the city, okay? Or living in a specific place. Right now, guys, let's talk about the expression of quantity. Please, Evelyn, help me reading a little bit about this, okay? Read this slide. Go ahead.
Okay, expressions of quantity. A word or group of words that tells the amount of something. There's too much crime in this neighborhood.
Very good. As you can read, or as you can see on the screen, we are talking, in this opportunity, we are talking about expressions of quantity, a group of words that tells the amount of something. Anytime we talk about quantity, we can use some expressions. In this case, guys, or in this example, we can see some expressions like too much, okay? We already learned about the use of too much. In this opportunity, guys, we will use it to talk about different degrees of quantity, okay? So let's start with our expressions in this moment, okay? Let's start, everybody, from the highest degree to the lowest, okay? To start with this, everybody, let's talk about the use of too much and too many. Please, Doris, read this information.
Okay. Expression of quantity. Too much, too many. They express an excess. Excess. There's too much pollution, and there are too many cars in the city.
Great, okay? As you can see in this part, well, I said, guys, that we will start with the highest degree, which is too much and too many. As you can see, when we use too much and too many, we are talking about an excess, okay? An excess. So we are talking about more than necessary, more than we could have. Okay, for example, there is too much pollution. You know, everybody, in El Salvador, there is pollution. But something that we have to take into account is that can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys. My computer, I don't know, something happened to my computer. Uh, but it's working, I guess. Now it's working, okay? As I said, guys, here in El Salvador, guys, there is pollution. What is the quantity that we have of pollution? Too much, okay? In this case, guys, remember that pollution is uncountable. And so we have to use too much with uncountable nouns. On the other hand, we have the use of too many for countables. For example, there are too many cars in the city, okay? Look at the parking over there. So there are a lot of cars, there are too many cars, and we don't have more spaces for cars. That's why we have trafficking in our cities, okay? Because there are too many cars, more than necessary, more than the quantity we could have in our city, okay? Remember, too much and too many express an excess, okay? Now, everybody, let's go to another degree. Enough or not enough? Remember, guys, okay, we also talk about the use of not enough in our last class, actually last week. Well, no, this week, but in our last classes. Okay, Evelyn, help me reading this information, please.
Expressions of quantity. Enough, not enough. They express that something is or isn't sufficient. Uh, we have enough clothes to share with homeless people. There aren't enough buses in this city.
I'm sorry. As you can see in this part, everybody, we are using enough, or I mean, in affirmative or in negative form, the expression enough to express the quantity. Uh, if it is the right quantity we have or we need, or it is not right. Okay, it is not the right quantity. It's less than the one that we need. Okay, in the two examples, we can check if it is sufficient or not. In the first example, we have enough clothes. I could say this, guys, as my personal experience. Sometimes we have too much clothes or too many clothes, and we don't wear all that clothes that we have because we don't like them, because I don't know, because of different reasons. Okay, in that case, everybody, we can take some of the clothes we have and we can give them to people that need them. For example, homeless people. So they need clothes or more clothes than the ones that they have. In this case, if you have enough clothes, try to share with some other people that need. Then everybody, we are talking about sufficient clothes, enough clothes, okay? But in the other example, guys, we express the opposite idea, that is not enough, it's not sufficient. We need more buses. There aren't enough buses in this city. So as you can see, maybe there are a lot of buses, right? But if you travel or if you go to your workplace in a specific buses route, so you know that there aren't enough buses. Okay, so we need more. It's not enough. It's not sufficient. We need more buses than the ones we have right now. Okay, this is, we could say, like in the middle of the degrees of quantity. After that, everybody, we have the next one, which is more. Okay, Doris, help me reading this part.
Okay. More. It refers to a greater or additional amount of something. For example, we need more security in the neighborhood. We have to do more cleaning campaigns in the city.
Great. Something that we have to pay attention to is that more is used for countable and uncountable nouns. In the first example, we have more security. More security. So in this case, we are talking about an additional amount of something. Okay? On the other hand, we also have to do more cleaning campaigns. Okay? So in plural, countable, okay? Maybe we have cleaning campaigns, but we need more, an additional amount or a greater amount of cleaning campaigns. If we have 2 or 3, we need more. We need 5 or 6 cleaning campaigns. We need more security. Okay, maybe we have some people that is security guards, but we need more than the one that we have in that moment. Okay, look at this, guys. We are expressing quantity with different expressions. Now, everybody, let's pay attention to the last expressions of quantity. Okay, Evelyn, help me with this part, please.
Expressions of quantity. Fewer, a small number of people or things. There should be fewer stray dogs in the street. Less, a smaller amount or quantity of something. There should be less crime.
Thank you, Evelyn. As you can see in these examples, in the use of fewer and less, they are similar to too much and too many. Why? Because we use these expressions, guys, to talk about countable and uncountable nouns. For example, fewer is the expression that we use when we want to express or to talk about a small number, a little number of things or people. For example, there should be fewer stray dogs, in plural, stray dogs. All the dogs that live in the street are stray dogs. So there should be a fewer number of stray dogs in the street. Then everybody, we have the use of less for uncountable nouns. It's possible to use less for countable and uncountables? Yes, but it's more common to use fewer for countables and less for uncountable. There should be less crime. We can't count the crime. We can count criminals, but not the crime. In that case, everybody, we need or we expect to have a less quantity of crime or a smaller amount of crime. Okay, remember the use of these expressions because they are really important at the moment of talking about some good things about the city or some bad things about it. Right now, before we continue, do you have any question about these expressions?
No.
No, teacher.
No questions? Great. Okay. If you don't have any question, guys, I want to show you this picture, okay? It is about the use of enough, not enough, and too much or too many, okay? Enough, in affirmative, means the right amount. This is the right amount, the amount that we should have. If we use not enough, everybody, it means that we need more. It's not sufficient. Okay, we need more. And too much, as you can see, over here, it's full, the glass is full of water, even it's spilled water over here. So in that case, it's more than we need. When we use too much or too many, it means that it's more than we need, okay? Well, now that we watch this image, we can continue with a practice activity. So let's pay attention to the following exercise. As you can see, we have to use the three expressions. It is talking about something different, but we can use too much, too many, and enough, okay? Let me see. Very good. Okay, look at the first 10 examples, okay? Too much, too many, or enough, okay? You have right now 1 minute to read the examples and decide which is the correct word. Too much, too many, or enough, okay? 1 minute starts now. Okay, time's up. So right now we will check the correct use of too much or too many or enough. Please, Evelyn, help me with example 1 and 2. What do you think are the correct forms or the correct words, I mean?
In a first, I think is enough.
Okay, can you read
Is
the
there
complete
any
sentence?
bread in the house? Is there any bread in the house? Oh yes, there is enough bread.
Okay, next example.
My dad feels sick because he smokes too much cigarette. Too, I don't know.
Much is for uncountable. Too many is for countables.
Yes, too many, too many cigarettes a day.
Okay, nice. Too many
He needs
cigarettes.
to quit smoking.
Very good. He needs to quit smoking. Nice job, okay? Let's continue with you, Doris. Tell me example 3 and 4. Okay, what do you think are the correct answers?
Well, I think eating too much chocolate is unhealthy. And number 4, do you want to go to the cinema with me? Sorry, I don't have enough time.
Okay, it's possible. I don't have enough time. Very good. Well, there are like 20 examples, but maybe we will only complete like 10, okay? Depending on the time. Let's see right now. Let's continue with example 5 and 6. I will complete example 5 and 6. I think that example 5 is there are too many commercials. And in example 6, I'm sorry, is you think too much about money. Okay, too much. Okay, I also participated. Let's move. Evelyn, example 7 and 8.
I think she eats mm, too much fast food. She'll be sick and fat.
Okay.
You use too many sugar in your coffee.
Okay, too many sugar. Thank you. Let's continue right now with example 9. Oops, example 9 and 10. Okay, Doris, help me with example 9 and 10. What do you think?
Um, my grandfather is old. Is all enough to stop working.
Excellent. It's all enough to stop working.
Stop
Number
work.
10.
I didn't get too much sun this spring. I should go outside more often.
Very good. I didn't get too much sun this spring. Thank you, Doris. I will continue with example 11 and 12. Actually, we are working really fast in this exercise, so we are doing an amazing job. Let's see. Did you buy toilet paper? Okay, did you buy enough toilet paper? Yes, I bought 60 rolls. Wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
Okay. And example 12. Let me see. 12. There are people in the supermarket. I don't like shopping here. There are too many people in the supermarket. Okay, let's continue with example 13, from 13 to 20. Okay, so I will give you again 1 minute to look at the examples and decide what could be the correct answer. Enough, too much, or too many? 1 minute starts now. Okay, now guys, it's time to continue with Doris. Okay, Doris, you will help me with example 13 and 14. What could be the possible answers? What do you think?
Maybe, did you like this hotel? Yes, but it costs too much money.
Okay.
Much money. And maybe I have enough homework for tomorrow. I won't have time to go play outside.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue with Evelyn. Example 15 and 16. Evelyn?
Mm, My dad watches too much football on TV. He never eats dinner with us.
Okay, nice. So too much, right? Nice job. And 16?
Yes. I don't have enough money to buy the new PS4 game.
Okay, I don't have enough money. Well done.
Mm.
Let me complete example 17 and 18. Let's build a snowman. We can't. There isn't enough snow. Well, I'm confusing in this example. No, it's correct. Enough snow. Then in example 18, everybody, too much sun isn't good for you. You should wear a hat to protect yourself. Okay, Evelyn, help me with example 19 and Doris, example 20. What do you think?
I don't think it's going to be a sunny day. There are too much clouds in the sky.
Too much clouds? Okay, very good. And let's continue with Doris. Doris, tell me, what do you think is example
Okay.
number 20?
20. There is too much noise in the classroom. I can't hear what the teacher is saying.
Okay, too much noise in this classroom. Okay, very good job. Okay, in this moment, we will check together all the exercises and check if they are correct or not. Okay, finish, check my answers. Okay, look at this. We have an 8 out of 10, which is a good result. But we have 4 mistakes. Let's check why they are mistakes. First of all, example 8, you use too many sugar? Question, is sugar countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
It's uncountable. So in that way, everybody, you know that the correct word is much. Okay, too much sugar. Okay, that was the mistake in here. Too much. Let me make it.
I didn't get. Oh, no.
Okay, so much. Then in the next example, I didn't get too much sun this spring. I should go outside more often. Okay. What do you think is the possible answer? Because sun is uncountable, you know.
Yes. Maybe enough.
Enough. That's
Enough.
right. Okay. Enough is
Yeah.
the right answer. So I didn't get enough sun, okay, because, well, this person said I should go outside more often. So maybe that person is not born, okay? So it's white, its skin or his skin is white. So he needs or she needs more sun, okay? Let's continue. Let me see. I will move the answers to this side, okay? And then we have example 14 and 19. Example 14. I have enough homework to do. Sorry, I have enough homework for tomorrow. I won't have time to go play outside. Question. Is this a sufficient homework or it's more than we need? What do you think? It's more or it's the right quantity of homework? So as you see, enough
Too
is
much.
not. Yes, the right answer is too much. As you can see in the answer, so it's not a right quantity of homework or a right quantity of activities to do. In this case, we are talking about the excess of something. And since homework it's uncountable, so we use too much. Then everybody, I don't think it's going to be a sunny day. There are too much clouds. What is the possible answer? Okay, too many. Perfect. Okay, we use too many because we are talking about clouds. In this context, clouds are countable. Okay, so let's remember that part. Well, it was a great result. We only have 4 mistakes. Sometimes it can be confusing. Just try to remember the correct use of too much, too many, because too much is for uncountable. Too many is for countable. So try to remember that part. Now, everybody, let's move to another. Give me a second. Let's move to another activity related to the models that we learned in this opportunity. Let me give me a second, guys. Okay. Right now, everybody, let's move to the next practice. Our next practice, guys, it's about the use of less and fewer. So let's make a short quiz. It's 10 multi-choice questions, okay? So let's pay attention to it, guys. Let me see. Yeah, 10 questions to check what's the correct word. If it is too much or too many. Okay, let's start with Doris. What's the correct word?
Okay.
There were fewer or there were less?
There were less as the college last year.
Okay, thank you. What about number 2, Evelyn?
I enjoyed his new film less than his last one.
Okay, thank you. Well, let me complete example 3. I need to spend less money on stupid things. Yeah, I have to. I need. Okay, very good. Remember that less. Yeah, it's an example of for all people. Okay, if you like to go to Dollar City, so you need to take this example into account. Okay,
Yeah.
so remember that less is used. Generally, it's used for uncountable and fewer for countable. Okay, let's continue with number 4, Doris. What do you think?
I have been there. Fewer is used for countable and
Yes,
less for uncountable.
yes, that's right.
Okay, okay. I have been there. Fewer. I have been there fewer times than I should.
Amazing. Okay, great job. Okay, I like it. Let's continue with number 5, Evelyn. What is the correct answer?
I spent less time on the first question than the second.
I spent less time. Okay, thank you. Well, number 6 is for me. It was difficult than I'd thought it would be. It was less difficult. Nice. Okay, we are talking about comparative, so less than. Okay, number 7, Doris.
7. I made less mistakes this time.
Less mistakes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue with number 8. Evelyn, what do you think is the correct sentence?
The project is less complicated than the last one.
Very good. Then example 9 is for me. There were fewer complications this time. And the last example, we will complete it all together, okay? I would buy it if it were what? Fewer expensive or less expensive? What do you think, Doris and Evelyn?
I think it's less.
Less,
I think the
Evelyn.
same.
You
I
think the
think it's
same?
less too. Yes.
Less. Okay, let's check together. What is our result? I know, guys, fewer and less, it's are confusing because fewer is not very common. But remember that fewer is always for countable, okay, in plural. In this opportunity, guys, again, we have an 8, okay? We have an 8 in this exercise. Why? Okay. The grown answers were in these two examples, example 1 and example 7. What do you think are the correct answers? I don't remember the answers that you told me in this exercise, but what do you think are the possible answers? There were oh, let me check. Well, this
I think it was
exercise,
my teacher. Fewer, I think I say.
yeah, fewer should be the right answer. But the sentence, it's not complete, everybody. The sentence is not complete because it says, there were fewer at the college last year. Of course, everybody, we are talking about people or we are talking about students. So in the context, guys, people, okay? Even though we didn't mention people, because the sentence doesn't say people, but it's kind of understandable, guys, that we are talking about people, students, applicants. So we're talking about that. And in the second example, guys, I made mistakes this time. What is the possible answer?
Fewer.
Fewer again. That's right. Okay. Well, as I said before, fewer and less are kind of confusing because fewer is not common. Fewer is not a common word that we can see everywhere. It's more common to use less when talking about a small quantity of something or a little amount of something, okay? But remember, okay, most of the time when we are talking about a little number of something or a little amount of something in plural or with countable nouns, we have to use fewer. And less is for comparatives and also for uncountable nouns, okay? But we got an 8, everybody. So we have an 8 in the first activity and 8 in the second activity. So great result. Excellent job, guys. Well, now we have to move to our next part. So let me see, give me a second. Well, good. Let me share my screen with you. My screen. Very good, okay? Remember that we practice the use of too much, too many, enough or not enough, also less and fewer. Try to continue practicing, guys, these contents because we have to continue also with activities on the platform. So everybody pay attention to it. Today, we are starting Unit 2. That's why, everybody, we have to start in activity 2.0, Life in the City. And we have to finish until the activity 2.2.5, which is grammar. What's the grammar about, everybody? Well, check it, okay? Look at the activities on the platform and you will see. Everybody, I'm switching to Spanish because I need to tell you something important. Well, déjenme decirles, guys, que pues hoy terminamos la primera semana, la primera semana de 4 semanas que vamos a tener clases. ¿Y por qué les menciono esto? Porque hay algo importante que mencionar y es el objetivo que tenemos de actividades a completar cada semana. Esta semana tenemos que terminar al menos el 25% de las actividades. ¿Cómo lo vamos a lograr? Pues por eso les voy mostrando cada día qué actividades completar, para que al llegar a esta actividad logremos el 25% o incluso un poquito más. En este caso, si completamos hasta la actividad 2.2.5, vamos a estar completando el 25%. Si no estoy mal, creo que hasta el 27% podemos llegar. Entonces, tratemos de trabajar estas actividades al día. Traten de completar estas actividades que les he mostrado. Traten de completarlos a más tardar el día, bueno, a más tardar el lunes a las 8 de la mañana, porque a las 8 de la mañana es que INSAFORP revisa las actividades que han trabajado y también el porcentaje de actividades completadas que llevan. Así que no duden que si hay alguna pregunta, si hay algo que se les ha dificultado con alguna actividad, pueden escribir al grupo de WhatsApp y ahí como ya anteriormente les he mencionado, o yo les puedo ayudar a responderles en el grupo de WhatsApp para que también sus compañeros que probablemente tengan la misma pregunta puedan completarlo, o algún compañero que ya avanzó en las actividades pueda completarlo. ¿Ok? Así que, guys, traten de continuar con las actividades, traten de trabajar al día. ¿Para qué? Para que al llegar la última semana de clases de este nivel, pues tengamos ya completado el 100% de actividades y podamos continuar con el siguiente nivel, el nivel intermedio 3, lo más pronto posible. Okay, so please try to work on these activities. Well, tomorrow it's, I don't know if you are going to celebrate, but if you celebrate, so don't do any activity on the platform, but you can continue on Sunday and Monday morning with this with activities on the platform. Okay, do you have any question before we go?
Yes, teacher, I would like to know if you can share with us the presentation of this day, because I think that it's a little confused, less
Yeah.
and fewer, right? And I would like to try to study
Okay,
something more.
give me a second. I will try to send a presentation right now. Okay. So in that case, I won't forget it. Okay, because I'm sorry, guys, but the first classes that we had, I completely forgot that I had to send you, I forgot to send you the presentation. So at the end, when we practice, I didn't send you because we already practiced, right? So we were about to practice. In this moment, I would send it to you.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay,
Thank you.
but first let me check if I downloaded because I don't remember. Okay. Okay, let me see. 1, 2. Okay, I have to download it. Well, I will download the presentation in this moment, and then I will send it to you because I don't have it on my computer and on my cell phone. So I will try to send you the presentation right now, so you can continue practicing. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Okay. It was a pleasure to see you today and to have you in our class in this opportunity. I hope to see you on Monday and have a good night. Okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good night and have a good weekend.
You're welcome and thank you. Bye-bye.